Let's talk about this, man. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
an intriguing part of this playoff series, and not only the Pacers and the Knicks, but it's very interesting. There's gonna be a former Knick or current Knick that's gonna win a chip this year. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's very interesting. Like and you very rarely see that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's good for them. But you know what I mean? I don't want those bozos to get any rings, man. Like, yo, we gotta keep that shit in NY to keep it a buck. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
You know what?
yo, get these bozos.
That is interesting, right? Because
Yeah.
let's just say hypothetically speaking, Indiana beats the Knicks, so the Knicks ain't there. But you
Mm-hmm.
have Hartenstein on OKC, you
Yeah.
got Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo in Minnesota. So
Yeah.
somebody that was donned the orange and blue is getting a chip this year.
That's right.
Well,
That's
not in
right.
Indiana. If Indiana, for whatever weird, miraculous reason they win, we don't have no Knicks on that squad. So,
Yeah, Obi.
No,
Obi
oh,
Toppin.
that's right. Obi
Toppin.
Toppin. That's right. Dead right.
Yo,
Dead right.
it's very
We done
interesting.
helped the whole league out on the low. We helped the whole league
Yeah.
out. Like
Yo,
everybody that's in the final four, this final
The
four,
path. The
at
path
the
came
path
through.
to y'all getting that, they
Was
came
through
through in line.
Madison Square Garden.
You're welcome. You're
Leon
all
Rose.
what do you say?
Yo,
You're all welcome.
Leon Rose is so ill, bro. Like the nigga didn't even just make the Knicks better. That nigga made 4 other teams better too.
4
bro.
other
Like,
teams
that nigga,
better.
Dude, you're all welcome.
4 other
You're
teams
all
better.
fucking welcome.
that's it.
But
So,
not to discount Indiana. We don't want to look past them, but we do want to look past them. But there are definitely a lot of things that they can be proud of, and a lot of things that we need to pay attention to. Right? They get hot fast. Everybody scores. They definitely share the basketball, and the team likes to run. So we have to pay really really close attention to that. If you could think of one thing, Q, of what do you think is the most like threatening out of the Indiana Pacers, what would you say it is? If you had to think and looking at that team as a whole, what about that team not necessarily scares you, but is a concern and that you think that we have to pay attention to the most?
I think it's gonna be Miles Turner.
Mm,
I think him on that 3-point line is what, because for the most part you already know that Towns is gonna be down there. So if Tibbs does what I think he should do and makes the adjustment to keep or at least have the two big guys and Mitchell Robinson to keep him down there so if Miles Turner misses, because if you have Karl Towns out over there in the wing and the 3 in the perimeter, you know what I mean, if Miles Turner doesn't make it, you know what I mean? Like, who else is going to grab the rebound besides Josh Hart? You know what I mean? Like, because they move the ball so fluently. I'm not going to, they really do a good job at that. I'm not going to front. And they push the pace. But if the Knicks can control the pace of the game like they do, and I think people always say, yeah, the Pacers keep running and gunning and they running up and down, but people always forget that's stamina. The Knicks have the slowest paced team,
hmm
but I don't look at that as a negative. I look at that as a positive. That means they
hmm
control the game. You know what I mean? Like they're controlling the pace of the game. That's why they're not running up and down the court. That's why they're conditioned the way that they're conditioned. That's why they can play 44, 48-minute games and be like, all right, yo, if it goes to overtime, we're going to overtime. I'm chilling. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
yeah.
but I think Miles Turner is going to be the one. I'm not seeing Halliburton average more than 20 points with double assists. Like he's not doing a double in this series, bro. Homie barely made it out last year with our whole fucking Nick team in the nursing home, bro. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like let's keep it a buck. Get these bums out of here.
Now you think about this, Rob, and this for you. I'm gonna throw it to you, Rob. Right now, you have that whole team. Realistically, there's 6 people top heavy as far as double digits. You got Pascal Siakam's their leading scorer at 18.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 19, let's just call it. Then you got Halliburton at 17 and a half, Miles
Mhm.
Turner 16 and a half,
Mhm.
Andrew Nemhard 14 and a half, Neesmith at 15 and a half, and then you got Benedict Mathurin rounding it out at 11 points per game.
Okay.
What do you think is going to be your key? If you just listen to a well-rounded, starting 5, starting 6, if you include their 6 man, what would you think is going to be their key to a possibility of doing something that we already know ain't fucking happening?
What do I think that they need to do? Honestly,
Just playing devil's
I
advocate.
believe I hate that you put me in the devil's advocate role because now I gotta speak positivity into these bitch ass niggas. But I'll do it. I'll do it. You know
I'll
what I'm
do it.
saying?
You know I'll do it.
The key to a Pacers victory goes through Pascal Siakam
Mhm.
and freaking that kid Nimhart who comes off the bench,
Mm.
right? The six man.
Mm. Talk about it.
If both of those players are able to produce, in other words, let's say if Pascal's able to give you 18 a night, and this kid Nimhart's able to come off the bench and still give you what 14, 15 points off the bench,
Mhm.
at that point the Knicks are gonna have a bit of a problem, because they run and because they're up and down the court so fast, recall our style of coaching, right? They're gonna they're going to try to manufacture what the Celtics did, which means we may not be able to defend the Knicks, but we can outscore these motherfuckers with high percentage shots. This is not a team that's going to sit there and try to bomb you from outside. They'll take them, right? Like God forbid Halliburton gets hot and he's the one who will take those threes, so forth and so on, right? But if Pascal Siakam is eating in the paint and this kid Nimhard, who's kind of like their version of Josh Hart, you know what I'm saying? We got a problem because we know that they can put up the points. So, now that I've given you the answer of what they can do to win, let me tell you how we stop them.
Mhm.
Pascal Siakam. Me personally, I'm nullifying Pascal Siakam, and I'm gonna keep an eye on the kid Miles Turner. I want the pressure to be on Halliburton to say you have to beat us
Mm.
because I don't think he's built for it.
Mm. Mm.
Not a healthy Knicks, not a healthy Knicks team. He will be feeling the pressure of it's all on me. And Halliburton's one of those people that'll be quiet for the whole game. I've watched him stay away from the game when he's not hot. You know what I'm saying? When he's not hot, and he plays hot potato. I don't know if y'all peeped it, but I saw it last year and when the Knicks faced him, and I saw it this year throughout the season.
Mhm.
When Halliburton's not hot, when they kick him the rock, even if he's open, it's touch and go. He's getting rid of the rock because he doesn't. He's only dope. He's one of them niggas that's only gonna talk shit when he's hot. He don't talk shit when he's not hot, and he knows he's just a distraction. So I say let the motherfucker eat.
Is that
Stop.
is that a weakness or is that a strength that he recognizes that and he's able to distribute the ball to the tune of 9.5 assists per game?
I mean, that's his plan B. I think Halliburton is smart enough. So, like, I got a plan B when I'm not eating. And because he knows he's a distraction.
He's a professional
Right.
decoy.
He's
Yeah.
a professional decoy.
Professional
Word.
decoy.
He's a professional decoy. And what ends up happening is everybody's game plan is we got to keep an eye on Halliburton. I'm like, no, you don't. Let him do what he do. Eliminate his plan B and make his plan A his only option because
Mhm.
he's not built for it. If he's cold and you're shutting down where he's trying to get the rock, he'll shoot himself out of the gym.
No, I got you.
So
Now, son, this next one's for you, God. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna bring it back to New York on you, and I'm gonna say same question. I just want to bring it back to the Knicks, and I want to know which route are you taking? Like, what do you think is their key to victory going up against Indiana? We kind of heard some of the strengths that Indiana has, and the things that they do well, and the things that they could throw at us. How do we nullify and reject their deposit? We can't hear you.
Yeah, you muted. So.
The key, sorry guys, the
Mhm.
key to the Knicks' victory would have to be the point guard play, the bench point guard play. Okay, what's going to happen when Brunson sits down?
Mhm.
Is McBride going to show up in a big way? And he definitely showed up. Remember when the playoffs first started? He was hot potato. He didn't want to touch the ball. Playing
mhm.
scared.
Mhm.
He definitely got more comfortable in his role. I think that's the key to the Eastern Conference. We can talk about Cat, Bridges, all the normal thing we talk about all the time. But what's going to happen when Brunson is sitting on that pine? Are they going to know what to do?
Mhm.
Like I think the time they had without Brunson was great, but I think I like to see more production without Brunson. When he gets in there and he's pounding and pounding, and the ball is set at the top of the key, and everyone's just kind of like watching him. I don't know if that's going to win the series for us, man. I don't know. Like as a Knicks fan and a hopeful, I would like to think, oh yeah, Brunson's gonna get it done. But man, like if any team watches tape on Brunson and they see what this guy does, it should be easy. And I don't know why nobody is stopping him, but it should be pretty easy to stop him. But nobody's doing it yet. So
why would you say it should be easy to stop him? Out of curiosity, like what do you see?
I mean, if you watch enough tape, you should be able to say, all right, this is this guy's go-to move. All right, once he dribbles 2 times to the left, he usually comes back right. You know, those type of things. That's what I'm saying. Like, you watch tapes, you make defensive plans against people. Nobody's able to stop this guy. He just gets it. He pounds the block. Everyone watches. They stand and watch, and he scores easily, effortlessly every time. I don't know what it is, man, but we're definitely gonna have to. Our point guards, when Brunson is sitting down, are gonna have to control the game. That is the key to us getting to the finals. Forget about getting out
who's the
the
secondary
finals.
point guard? Who do you bring in? I mean, I don't think you can go campaign. I think it's got to be McBride. It's got to be.
Yeah, at this point, it has to be because first of all, he's played himself into the position. Like he's earned it, right? Like he's played pretty good, man, throughout the playoffs. So I would want to see him come off, and he's playing with confidence right now. So, but is he going to be enough? That's the question. Does he have? Because he's not scared to shoot either. He's not scared to shoot, but does he have what it takes to lead the team and say, okay, instead of me shooting right now, should I just hold this ball 2 seconds more and someone will be coming off the screen? Now here's the show. Here's something also, and I know I'm going on kind of long right now. We spoke about this on the last show.
What the fuck is going on, bro? What you thought? You thought because Cash? You thought just because Cash wasn't here, you just gonna let it ride? You gonna let you?
Hold on. I got the boards. Hold on.
You know, I think Jesus Christ, it's crazy. Oh my God. Wow. No, that reaction was to my words.
Yo, well, please carry on, bro.
Yeah, I never forgot what I was saying now. But we were saying on the last show about Cat needs to. There's a couple of things, but for one thing, they were saying Cat needs to shoot. Cash said Cat needs to shoot more threes. This is very important, right? Because it definitely opens up. It spreads out the floor, right? When Cat's hitting, when the Cat's hitting, the Knicks are clicking. Right, they're clicking when he's hitting. When he's hitting that three, he just got to stop wilding out and getting the ball. Like they'll give him the ball, and he's like, "Oh, I'm open." Boom! Like he's like me out there. Like he's wilding a little bit. He's wilding a little bit because sometimes he pulls up like from like the
40 foot.
Yeah, he's wilding sometimes. Like, bro, you don't got that type of range. You don't got that type of range. But we need to see Cat shoot at least 5. I would say 5 threes a game.
So I'm gonna push back a little bit on that. I want to ask you, like, I don't know that you want to see that iteration of Cat. Look at how well he did playing that bully ball type of basketball with a team that plays similar to Indiana. If you think about it, other than the 3-pointer, Boston likes to run. Boston has a center presence, like a big man presence. I know that Porzingis didn't really have the best series because of the illness. But they got a lot from Cornette. They got a lot from Horford. And when you saw Cat coming downhill and playing that bully ball, that grown man basketball, that's the iteration I think you want to see against Indiana. If we pull Cat out of the paint, I think you unintentionally almost set up like a ready-made fast break for Indiana, because now, God forbid he misses, Cat's out there, and guess who else is out there already taking off? You got Pascal Siakam, who has to go out there to guard him. So now he's off to the races. You almost like it's tailor-made for them if we do it that way. I think we have to slow the game down and really bring the ball into the paint and create havoc. And Cat is we saw a great version of him doing that in the end of the Celtics series.